Hi there everybody, this is Natasha Wilkinson, your independent Sensi consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you are returning. If you have been following along with me, you may have realised I have been basically from December, I created a melting plan for me to be able to get through my current inventory of Sensi wax within a year to 2 years, including what I would expect to come through in Sensi Club. I do need to do a little bit of an update on that because obviously I've had new wax bars come through in collections, I've added things to Sensi Club and that. But for me, I'm very zonal as well as seasonal when it comes to melting. And with that being said, I categorise my wax into my different areas where I melt them. So I had a section for my open concept area, a section for my kitchen, which is typically my bakery scent, a section for my laundry bathroom, a section for my bedroom, and a section for the children's room where I needed to work through a specific number of bars in each of those sections per month if I were to going to keep up to my melting plan. So because of that, I had been creating melting baskets each month prior to show you what my intentions were of working through. Saying that, even though I have intentions of working through these, quite often different bars would also be melted as well, or some would be changed out for something else, depending on whether new collections came in or whether I was in the mood for something else, that type of thing. Being away, I didn't really have the time to come up with a melting basket for May. I did have in my head that it was going to be along the lines of a transitional weather type scent, because here in Australia we are going into our autumn and winter, so we're heading out of our warm weather into our cooler weather. So I did have in mind it was going to be transitioning into that winter scent. I also knew that I would be taking away my summer scents, where I was working on numbers of my summer scents and my summer bedroom scents, that my bedroom number scents for my normal bedroom scents would go up, and that my summer scents will be replaced by a certain number of wax bars I needed to get through in my winter scents. As I said, being away, I haven't come up with a full theme with this melting basket, so I decided to jump on board with Patricia Nose to Toes and her May melting challenge. So these prompts with this, I can lift it to show you. So here's my May melting basket, which we're about to go through what I plan on melting for the month of May. These prompts, as I said, I have taken from Patricia Nose to Toes with her May melting challenge. The last few months she has been posting that on Instagram melting challenges for anyone that may want to follow through. I will say again, here in Australia, we're going into our autumn winter as opposed to our spring summer like most other regions. So although I'm following these prompts, you're probably going to see something that is a lot more autumn winter based as opposed to a lot of the other May challenges that are coming up that are probably going to be more spring summer based. So let's delve into this, shall we? I do apologise if you can hear the child in the background. This is like the third take. He just won't quieten down. I did separate the cats, but we're going to continue fighting because I just didn't think he'd hear me over the other takes. It's Anzac Day here in Australia, so it is a public holiday I will be throwing later into my warmers. I will be throwing the poppy scent we got from the brick. So I will be throwing pink apple and nectarine into my warmers in remembrance for Anzac Day, as that's the only poppy scent I've really got. And I'll be putting out my Anzac Day warmer a little bit later on. But let's delve into the May Melting Challenge basket that I plan on going through next month. When I was putting this May Melting Challenge basket together, I did try to keep in mind the amount of bars I need to use in each zone and tried to pull scents from those zones as well as keeping in line with this challenge. So the first one was Melt an Emerald Coloured Wax May's Birth Dome. So this is probably more teal than emerald in the green spectrum, but it is the scent that I chose to warm for that particular prompt, and it is Enchanted Woods. So this is very transitional for me. Beautiful, beautiful bedroom scent. It has made its way into our clearance section. So to me, that's an indicator they don't plan on bringing it back next spring, summer, which is when it is normally in our catalogue here in Region 3. It is basically coconut and amber. So you get that creamy coconut, which gives a summer vibe, but then you get that amber, which is warm, comforting, soft, almost sandalwoody like. So think, if you will, a little bit more of a warmer edge to Coastal Sunset, but a little bit more summery than Pacific Sandalwood. Absolutely love this. This will probably go in my bedroom, even though it's classified the category as one for my boys' room. I do tend to melt it in my bedroom, and luckily for me, I did put it in my club, as I don't think it is coming back. So the next one is Teacher Day. Melt a scent with apples. So I promise I don't intend on poisoning any teachers, but this is a scent I absolutely love all winter. I absolutely love it as we're transitioning into the cooler weather. And that is Villain's Just One Bite. This bite, it is just one bite, not bite. I cannot speak today. This, to me, yes, it's apple and spice, but it has this bakery edge to it with the molasses that's added into it. Think like a apple pie, but with almost a caramelesque note to it, because that molasses is quite sweet. So it's not caramel apple, but it's not apple pie. It's like they've baked an apple, like they're baking a caramel apple almost, and adding spice. It is warm, it is comforting, it is absolutely beautiful. So that is my Teacher Day apple scent. The next one is Melt a Scent that contains raspberry. So here I'm kind of steering back towards summer, I guess you could say. So between the last Bring Back My Bar and basically now, I just could not keep up with everything that was released and me going away for World Tour and me going away over Easter. I was getting the samples out, but actually then reviewing a lot of the scents after, I just could not keep up. And this little container here, this is where I keep my partial bars. I have a thing for partial bars. I like to warm a full bar at a time. I do not like partial bars, but there are some times when I'm doing samples, I will end up with partial bars, so they go in there for me to warm at a later date and to work my way through. So one side, as I said, I use my partial bars. The other side is where I keep my coloured globes when I'm showing warmers what they would look like in coloured globes, so I can keep them apart from coloured globes that I have not opened, basically. And as I said, between the last Bring Back My Bar, the new catalogue release, the Valentine's Day, the Easter collection, the Mother's Day collection, I ended up with more partial bars than I would like. And this is one from the last Bring Back My Bar, Berries Jubilee. It doesn't say it has a raspberry scent, but we're about to come into the next Bring Back My Bar period, or as a consultant I can purchase the next Bring Back My Bars next month and make samples, so I need to make room out of that just in case. I do plan on trying to be a lot better with getting through my warming reviews this Bring Back My Bar period, provided they don't bring on a whole heap of other collections all in one hit and overwhelming. So, although the description doesn't say this has raspberries in it, I think the name itself and a lot of the pictures I see that come with all the flyers they made indicate that there is raspberries in it, and it smells quite tart on cold, and a raspberry scent is often quite tart. So this is Jessie Wright Summer Berries in a billowy cloud of whipped cream laced with vanilla is the actual description. So because there are only 4 cubes, this is probably going to go in probably my daughter's room, so I can still get an idea of what it smelled like cold. It didn't end up making its way into my Scentsy plug because on cold, I'm just not a fan of Berries Jubilee. It smells a little bit too tart to my nose. So the next one, of course, being May the 4th, was Melt a Star Wars or Star Shaped Wax. Because we're dealing with Scentsy only here, it's going to be a Star Wars wax. And I've pulled 2 because I like to mix them. So I pulled the light side of the Force, which is your salty sea air, and the dark side of the Force, which is your deep cologne type smell. As I said, I love to mix these 2, so these will go in laundry, bathroom and the boys' room. So the next one was Melt a Lime Scent for, and I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, Cinco de Mayo or Di Mayo, however it's pronounced. So for me, lime scent is very summery, but it's also a good scent to freshen up an area, particularly if you've been warming a lot of heavier scents, or you just want to brighten something up or reset the house or get rid of a stinky cooking odour. And because I was aiming to have this basket transitional, I decided to pull Cocoa Lime, but I also pulled Vanilla Bean Buttercream at the same time to create like a mixture and make it more a lunky pie type scent. So it's not going to be too summery, but you're still going to get that brightness to break up some of the heavier scents that I'm probably going to be starting to warm. So if it's a warmer day, I can still enjoy that lime, but if it's a cooler day, it's not going to be too summery mixed with that Vanilla Bean Buttercream. So the next one was Kentucky Derby. Melt a mint grass or dirt scent. So if you followed me any period of time, you know I'm just not into green scents, I'm not into grass scents, I'm not into dirt scents. So I did take the mint in a different direction. I did choose mint because I do enjoy specific type of mint. and I took the mint in the bakery direction and chose to grab Peppermint Dreams. So it is just a peppermint patty, chocolate and mint. It's going to be bright enough if it's a warm day, but then you've got that ooey gooey chocolate if it's a cooler day. Perfect transition scent. So the next one was National Lemonade Day. Melt a lemon scent. So again, this was one where I'm dealing with a partial bar. So before I opened up another bar of this particular scent, I wanted to use up this partial bar, and that is Squeeze the Day. And I also pulled Sugar Cookie at the same time, so I can make myself a lemon cookie concoction. So Squeeze the Day is another one of those scents that is going to clean the air, brighten up the air, get rid of stinky smells. Again, very summery. I like to use this when I'm cleaning, but because it's got that sugary note in it, mixed with Sugar Cookie, it makes a really nice lemon cookie scent. So, the next one is Coconut Cream Pie Day. Melt a coconut for a pie scent. So again, for me, so it was melted coconut or a pie scent. So I went the pie route over the coconut route because for me, coconut's summery and transitioning into our winter here. So I did go the pie route and chose Pie Oh My, which was from our Halloween collection 3 years ago, and it's meant to be an apple pie, but to me I get the apple pie filling. I get the apples stewing on the stove and the spices. So I did also put a crumb top to give it that pie base. So in alternating warmers, I will be doing Pie Oh My and crumb top. It's a public holiday, the kids are home. It is a little bit noisy, I do apologise. So, the next one was melt either a cereal or breakfast related scent. So, I decided to go with Perfect Oatmeal. This is in my club and I've still got decisions to make whether I want to keep this in my club. It's an oatmeal scent with a currant note to it, so that currant note does add a sweetness to it, but I prefer crumb top over this, saying that I only get 1 bar of crumb top every 3 months, so I never have enough crumb top when I want to use it as a mixer like I am with Pie Oh My or other scents. And our bakery scents here in Region 3 are very scarce. So my Scentsy Club is exploding with a lot of bakery scents because we just don't get them, and bakery is my favourite category when it comes to our fragrance. But I've only warmed this the once since it came back in our Bring Back My Bar. So I'm still trying to make up my decision on just how much I do actually like Perfect Oatmeal, whether it's something that's just going to stay in my Scentsy Club for a few rounds to grab a few of these, or whether it's something that is a keeper with Scentsy Club. So this melting basket is giving me the opportunity to, by using the melt a cereal prompt, take this and try this and I guess help make that decision for me. So the next one is melt something purple. So again, another one that's in my Scentsy Club, but I've only melted 1 bar of. It got lost in the open concept area. I don't know that I'm a fan of it on cold, I know I enjoyed it more when it was melting in the open concept area, even though it got a little bit lost. I wanted to try in the smaller area, so this is probably going to go in my bedroom before I make up my mind whether this is going to stay in club or not. And that is Hocus Pocus Perfectly Wicked. I know a lot of people really love this scent. At this stage, me personally, I'm just not sure about this scent. As I said, it's one of those scents I need to warm again. It is in my Scentsy Club for safekeeping at the moment, but this could be potentially one that goes. I get a very medicinal cherry as opposed to some of the other cherry scents that I really like. And I think that's what's throwing me off a little bit with this. But as I said, when it was warming, I did enjoy it more. So I am kind of giving it another shot to see what I think. So the next one was Straggler Time. Use up a wax that is almost finished. And again, it gave me the opportunity to reach from here, which is quite pleasing. I have 2 cubes left of a Friend Like Me. I'm probably just going to throw it into the bathroom to get rid of this. It's like a soapy aquatic from memory, and it wasn't very strong with what I used up like this. I got this from a flash sale, but as I said, 2 cubes left, so that's an opportunity to get rid of one of my straggler bars. So the next one was Melt a Company Friendly Scent. So this is what I plan on doing. So in the kitchen, I plan on doing caramel chestnut, and because my kitchen comes off the open concept area, I plan on doing 2 bars of toasted acorn and oak, because generally my open concept area will take up 2 bars. So to me, this is just a warm, cozy scent that you want to curl up with and read a good book. When I was warming this, when it came out, not last Halloween, the Halloween before, so I think it came out 2 years ago, I got so many comments when people came to visit how good the house smelled. So I'm basing that as company friendly based on the comments that I would get, and the fact that for me it gives that warm, cozy, comforting vibe. So I am hoping to finish this brick up of caramel chestnut Scentsy brick. As you can see, I've got quite a few bricks to work through. So my plan with my melting plan is to try and throw in at least 3 bricks a month. I'm not going to use up 3 bricks a month, because as you can see, the difference of a size in a bar to a brick is quite large. But I plan on working on 3 bricks a month, not using up 3 bricks a month, just so I'm not forgetting I have the bricks, and that I am also working on bricks in my melting plan. So the next one is We All Scream for Ice Cream, Melted Ice Cream and Popsicle Scent. So another one where I pulled 2 bars. So again, because we're in our autumn winter, I didn't want something too summery, but I wanted it transitional where if it was a warm day, it was still going to be enjoyable. So I pulled Chocolate Coconut Cream, which is a creamy, decadent chocolate scent. Absolutely beautiful. And I thought if I needed to lighten it up, make it a little bit more creamy and make it a little bit more ice creamy, I could put in alternating warmers or even mix together a Vanilla Waves, which is to me an ice cream on the beach. You're sitting on the beach eating a vanilla ice cream. So this is my ice cream scent. So the next one we are going to talk about is Mother's Day. Melted floral or a scent that reminds you of Mum. So I decided to go for Cozy Cardigan. So if I were to describe my mother in a bar, Cozy Cardigan would be it. This one's going in my bedroom. So my mother hates summer, but she loves the cold weather. She loves winter. So the idea of cozy, cashmere, being warm, the name Cozy Cardigan, perfect name. It's got a little bit of rose, it's a little bit musky. Her house is full of roses in her garden. So this scent, if any bar was her, Cozy Cardigan would be her. So that was why I chose Cozy Cardigan. So the next one was melt something that starts with M. And for that one, I very nearly chose Mockadoodle. And I could still add Mockadoodle to this melting basket sometime. Don't get me wrong. I am on a real Mockadoodle kick. But I decided to, no, let's not do Mockadoodle. Let's do something else. So I decided to do Mistress of Evil from the Villains collection, which is just a beautiful plum scent. Now, I haven't quite decided whether this is going to go in the bedrooms or whether it's going to go in the open concept area, whether I want to mix it with something else. But I thought if I do want to mix it with something else, add a little bit of spice, make it a little bit more wintry, I could possibly throw Boho in, which is a spiced plum, but it's still bright and summery. I thought this could be a really nice transitional mix as we're going out of summer into winter. So I thought these two might go really well together. Normally I would mix this with sweet plum pastry and Pretty in Plum, but I thought let's try something a little bit different this time. Maybe try mixing it with those two. And then the next one is melt an out of season wax. So for me, out of season here would be going summer because we are going into our autumn winter. So my out of season wax I chose here from my daughter's room. And we know I'm very seasonal, so it's making me a little bit mad. Going out of season, not really. But I decided to do We're More Mad here for my daughter's room. If I were to do something out of season, it would be in her room. I do like fruity, juicy, girly scents in her room. So this is another one for me. This was the scent that started my Scentsy Club, but I just find I'm not reaching for it anymore. And so I thought, perfect opportunity. As you can see, getting so juicy. I have it in my Scentsy Club. I only get one every 3 months, but I'm just not reaching for it. I don't know whether I've fallen out of love with it or I just don't enjoy it like I used to. It comes across a lot tarter than what I remember it being. So this is the perfect opportunity to melt it and assess whether I should be keeping it in my club if I'm not reaching for it. And just to assess whether I like it as much as what I used to. Because that's the thing, as you go on your journey, sometimes your scent preference can change. So the next one was National Cherry Cobbler Day, melted cherry or bakery scent. So I've already used up one of my bricks. I decided I will break into my second brick and start working on my second brick of maraschino sugar cookie. Absolutely love this scent. It is just a beautiful cherry sugar cookie. This is in my club too, and I have another full brick as well. So I have 2 bricks and it's in my club. So I thought it's time to start working on one of my bricks of maraschino sugar cookie. So the next one is melt something that's movie related. So for that, I have pulled 2 bars. Whether I'm going to use 2 bars or not, I haven't decided quite yet. Typically, if I'm warming this by itself, I will go with 2 bars. If I'm mixing it with something, I'm hoping to have by this stage. I don't know when they're releasing the Bring Back My Bar consultant kits, but if they have released them and I've got it by this stage, then I'll be mixing this with honey pear cider. But if I haven't, I have got the Nightmare Before Christmas Jack's Obsession perfect transition scent. It's a green apple cider. So you get the brightness and the sharpness of a green apple for your summer, but then you've got that little bit of warmth of the cinnamon and spice, so it's good for winter as well. So this gets one like 9 years of the month in my house. So if honey pear cider hasn't come by the time I get around to warming this, it will be 2 bars. If honey pear cider has come, alternating warmers with honey pear cider. One of my absolute favorite mixes. And this is in my club. Honey pear cider will be going in my club when my bar comes, and I will be in cider heaven. So the next one is melt a scent that starts with the first letter of your first name. So this will be done in my bedroom, and I've gone with the North Cause from the Frozen 2 collection. This will be a really good, fresh, I guess, break from all these heavier winter cinnamon, spice, apple scents that are popping up in this melting basket. It's cleansing, but it's still wintry at the same time. So perfect for a letter of the first name, and that's another club bar for me. I'm finding a lot of these, and you will find as we go through winter and you see all my winter orinated baskets, I am a winter person. I am drawn more to those winter scents, but they're not as predominant in our catalogue here in Australia. So you will find through the winter months, I'm drawing very heavily from my Scentsy Club scents because of the fact that they're not predominant in our catalogue. So when those type of scents come along, if I want them, I need to club them. So the next one is melt a honey or yellow wax. So here I've gone back to summer. And again, it's because I had a few partial bars that I wanted to use up. So this is a combination that I absolutely love together. It's probably going to end up going in my daughter's room. And honeysuckle pear and beach daisy. It's just this beautiful, bright, happy yellow floral scent. And so I brought the honey in with honeysuckle pear. This is very honeysuckle, very sweet floral. And then you've got the brightness of beach daisy. It just tones down the sweetness of honeysuckle pear a little bit and adds a little bit more sweetness to the brightness of beach daisy. But it is a really nice combination. As I said, I've got 3 cubes of each that I need to finish up. with, and it just gives me an opportunity to get through some of those partial bars once again. So the next one is melt a strawberry or creamy scent. So I went strawberry over creamy, and again it's another one I just haven't got around to deciding whether I want it in my club or not, because I haven't actually warmed a bar of it. I've got a few bars and I like it on cold, but I haven't got around to actually trying it on warm, and that is Scooby-Doo Zoinks. So this is going to give me the opportunity to try it and decide whether I really need this in my summer club or not, because at the moment I do have one coming every 3 months. So it's just going to give me the opportunity again. I've purposely, when it comes to some of these prompts, thought this is the perfect opportunity to try, do I really need it in my club, where I haven't made, with some sense, I haven't quite made my mind up on them. I'm using this as kind of an opportunity to warm them, to help make my mind up. So the next one was Victoria Day, melt a scent fit for royalty. So I was umming and ahhing. What scent would I consider to be royal? Was I going to do a play on the Disneys and maybe redo North Cores or redo Just One Bite because of the Disney movies and those ones basically associating a Disney queen on it? Or was I going to go purple being the colour royal, or was I going to go what scents I thought were royal? So this was one that was very, very open to interpretation for me, and that I could have chosen a lot of things from. So it came down to one of two scents. So I thought, well, for me, royal, you want something high-end, you want something classy, but classic and understated at the same time. It's not going to be too out there. So it came down to two scents, Vanilla Oud or this one that I chose. And I ended up choosing Satin Sheets. So they are very classic scent of sandalwood and vanilla. It's very simple, it's very classic, but when you think a satin sheet, it is still high-end and it's luxury, and it still smells smart, like high-end luxury when you smell this. So to me, Satin Sheets I thought was the perfect, I guess, royalty scent that I could pick. So that will be going into my bedroom. And then I have melt a scent you bought based on hype. So for that, now I don't know that it's necessarily based on hype here in our region, but I do know this is a scent that is very popular and has been very popular in other regions year in and year out. It came back in our recent Bring Back My Bar, and we had it as a cleaning product, and I fell in love with it as a cleaning product and have fell in love with it, and it is in my club. But that is cider milk. So I have 2 bars of cider milk, which I plan on going through my open concept area, because now is the perfect time to start warming cider milk. As you can see, I love my cider scent. So that was what I chose for, that I brought on hype. And the next one was melt a sleepy scent. So I decided to go for stargazing with that. This is kind of, to me, a wintry version of jammy time. It's very soothing, it's very soft. You get an incensey perfuming note, almost lavender-like. So I haven't warmed this for quite a while, so I'm quite excited to break into a bar of stargazing. That will be going in my bedroom. And then I have got melt a wine coloured wax or a wine inspired blend. So now I don't know that many people would agree with me with this particular scent being a wine scent, but I've always described this particular scent. It is one of my favourites, again, that comes out all of winter for about 6 to 8 months of the year. And it is one of those scents I can pop in my warmers, and when I'm ready to change a new scent out because it's gone, whereas a lot of scents, like you've warmed that, you've enjoyed that, you're ready to move on to another scent, maybe come back to that at another time. I don't get sick of this scent. I could quite easily pop this same scent back in again straight away. And that is Halloween Town. So to me, this smells like a really good bottle of red wine. You can smell it just being popped open, that sweet woodsy note of the cork, the richness of the red wine. That's what I get when I smell Halloween Town, a really nice bottle of red wine. So, as I said, I don't know that many people would agree with this being a wine scent or a wine themed scent, but that's what I think of this when I warm this all the time. So that's going to be my wine scent. As you can see, I've got 2 bars because I do plan on blasting that through the open concept area. Now we're coming into the cooler weather. The next one is melt a blue or a fish shaped wax. So I went for my daughter's room here, villains, poor unfortunate souls. Yes, this is more summery, but it's blue, and this is an octopus. And again, my daughter's room, I do warm those type of scents, I guess, all year round in her room. It's going to be like a fresh aquatic berry scent. I must have been having a thing for the villains this, I guess, melting basket, because I've popped in Maleficent, I've popped in Ursula, and I've popped in the Evil Queen. So I've basically popped in the whole of the 3-pack villains collection here to melt next month, which I've only just realised. And the next one is melt a scent that contains sandalwood. I couldn't pass up Pacific Sandalwood, my all-time favourite. Going to go in my bedroom. It's just this beautiful, creamy, sweet, masculine, romantic sandalwood. As I said, the vanilla in it gives me almost a caramelesque like finish to it, but it's absolutely amazing. And the next one was give a questionable scent a second chance. So again, I went with a partial bar that I had that was in my partial bar kit from the last Bring Back My Bar, and that was Love You Very Much. It's just so tart and astringent to my nose on cold. So I'm hoping, I'm going to give it a second chance, but I just think Love You Very Much is not for me. It's way too sharp and astringent to my nose. Again, I have only made samples of it. I haven't given a proper warming chance. So we will see when it's warming. The next one was Memorial Day, melt a red, white or blue wax. So I've decided to work on my brick of Winter's Eve blue wax. So I'm going to be putting this through the laundry, bathroom and boys' room. So I'm going to hope to get through this cube and these 2 cubes there if I were to put it based on the amount of warmers I have in the boys' room, in the bathroom and laundry. I think I could get this down and do 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, 3 maybe, possibly 4. So I'm aiming to try and get this down to half. I don't expect that I will use up this whole, obviously, brick, but I'm aiming to get it down to the halfway mark. So the next one was Melt Something Orange. Again, this was it from the Easter collection, I think? Or the Valentine's, no, I think this is from the Valentine's Day collection, this one. This one was from the Valentine's Day collection. Clementine Orange, as you can see, I've only used up one little cube. I did make samples, but didn't get around to actually warming or reviewing this one. So I want to use up this bar, probably be in the kids' room, but I plan on using up that. So that's my orange scent, Clementine Orange. And then the last one was National Smile Day, Melt One of Your Favorites. So this is not wintry, totally summery. Going to probably go in my daughter's room, possibly my room, possibly the bathroom laundry, haven't decided where. But this scent reminds me of my sister who has passed away. Lilo and Stitch were her favourite Disney movies. And if I had to choose a coconut pineapple scent, this and Pina Colada Cha Cha are my summer coconut pineapple scents. This is in my club, will stay in my club forever. And that is Stitch Experiment 626. It is clean, it is fresh, it is fruity, it is fun. So this is just nice breakup from all of those heavier scents that I am warming. So that is my melting basket for May for my melting challenge. Let's see how I get through it, shall we? I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to sharing some more with you. Until then, stay safe and bye for now.